Hello everybody, Crypto Chaperone here, and today, it's been a while since I've made any videos, but I've been moving into me and my family into a new house, so we've been spending a lot of time kind of doing last minute renovations and stuff like that. So if you've been paying attention to my channel for a while, I talked about that a few months ago, that we were kind of doing some house upkeep and stuff like that is before we moved, and we're moving in about a month, so we're getting kind of our last second things done. So probably over my next month I'm going to be making very scarce videos, and then as soon as we get moved in, I'm going to be back on track and making 4 to 5 videos a week as I was before and everything. I've just been I feel like this is a great time to kind of take a break from my normal routine of making videos, because the markets have been kind of in a stagnant pattern lately. There hasn't been very much going on, and very much news or anything, and even when there has been any news related to any cryptocurrencies or anything like that, there hasn't been very much activity going on in the markets related to that news. So today, I've actually strayed away from my regular videos of news and everything like that, and I'm actually going to do a video on how to set up a Ledger Nano S wallet. Now, I just got this wallet in. This is the wallet that I had bought from the Salt lending company. And I made a video about how they were giving away Ledger Nanos for 5 salt tokens. I think it started like a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe around then. And I think they bumped the price up to 7 or 8 tokens after that, because they had such a high demand. And it was actually probably a little longer than that, because it took them a while to even process my order. It took them like 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks to process my order and get it out to me. But it's finally here, and today I'm actually going to go over how to set this up, because I know a lot of people out there are getting into cryptocurrencies and want to purchase things like this, and they are interested in it, and they're going to get it, and they're not going to know how to do it. Now, I also talked about a month ago when I did do my Ledger Nano S giveaway that I was going to do another giveaway for a Ledger Nano S, and I have not had time to purchase another one. As you can see on this site, they are actually sold out, and they have been sold out for a while now, until March 27th. And it is not even February yet, people. So this is almost the beginning of April. These are going to be sold out until, and we have quite a while. So I'm going to try to get one, but I really don't like to buy them on Amazon or eBay, because as you guys heard before, there was a guy that actually got scammed, because he bought one of these and the card inside of it was already pre-filled out. And if you are not familiar with what this is or what you're supposed to be doing with it, you're not going to know that you're supposed to start a new wallet and everything like that. And he went in and simply just filled out his wallet with the passphrase words that were already on the thing that he got, and he ended up getting scammed, and they took all of his coins. I also want to make note that I am doing this on my lower grade camera than my better grade camera, because my computer, my MacBook, only has 2 USB ports, and both my USB ports are normally taken up by my camera and my microphone, so I had to actually unplug my camera. So I'm using the default camera that is on my MacBook right now to shoot this, so I can plug this into the computer to set it up. It's been a while since I've been talking, so... But as you can see, you know, my words are all stuttered. So we're going to get down to this. So the only thing I've done with this is took the plastic off, and I did look at it. It does look pretty nice. It's got the salt engraving on it, but on part of the engraving, it looks like on the back, the salt, I don't know how well you can see this on this camera, but part of the engraving like didn't fully engrave right there. I think it's supposed to be like fully shaded in. Like, if you can see, I don't know how good this camera is picking up any of this stuff. So you could see salt there, and it's engraved with salt on it. You can scratch at it. It's not going to come off. And it's pretty cool. And on the back, it's got like the salt logo, the triangle. And it's supposed to be engraved and shaded the whole way across, but it looks like the engraver kind of like went halfway and then stopped. I'm sure they were probably doing these possibly as maybe a batch at a time, so there might have been a few in the machine, and something might have just happened that it didn't pick this one up. But I mean, they did get a bunch made, and they were promoting them, and they were giving them out to people that were buying a certain amount of salt tokens and all that kind of stuff. And then they must have had so many left over that they're just like, okay, we'll sell them for at least a profit of salt tokens. So I purchased my salt membership tokens in the ICO stage very, very early. So for me to give up 5 tokens of this for this 5 salt tokens for this Ledger Nano cost me change. And especially since the price has gone up and I've made all my money back and plenty of more money of what I've invested into salt. And I still hold salt tokens for whenever I do want to take out a loan through them. I have that opportunity. So if we keep looking through here, comes with the nice little foam padding to keep it nice and safe. Now, I'm just going to throw this over here. And we're going to flip this. And in the bottom of this, it comes with a nice little key ring and a little holder for your key ring. So if you want to keep this on your keys or anything like that, or if you have a lanyard that you keep your keys on or something like that, you can attach it to this. I don't use that, so I'll throw that there. I like the lanyard. I'm a lanyard kind of guy. Even though I don't wear it, it's still kind of cool. I think it offers a decent amount of safety. You know, I don't take this out and I'm not like strolling around with it. But if you were to go out or you were to do anything where you were going to be taking your Nano out into public or something like that, I would preferably tie my Nano around a belt loop or something, maybe even around my wrist, because I don't know about you guys personally, but I hold a very, very large amount of cryptos, and if I were to ever lose them, it would definitely be a very bad situation. So I like to keep these as safe as I can, and you know, a lanyard, it's held on there pretty good. It's gonna hold pretty tight, but I don't like to take this out. But that extra little bit of safety, you know, this could just ride up out of your pocket if you're walking or something like that. I don't suggest you guys take this out for any reason. I keep mine in a safety deposit box or in a lock box, and I have actually a few of these now. But my last one that I use normally, these buttons on the top were starting, I keep looking at the wrong camera because I have both cameras up, but the buttons on the top were starting to kind of go bad. When I was hitting the one, a couple times it wouldn't really pick up what I was hitting, so I would have to hit it a few more times and then it would start to work. And it's been actually working really good recently, but ever so often it'll just kind of like start acting up. So if you look at this, you can slide the Nano out like this, and it's actually pretty cool. A lot of these you slide them straight and they'll have kind of like a USB port that'll come out, or like you'll slide out a whole USB and plug a USB in. But on the Ledger Nano S, it comes with a micro USB cable that allows you to hook it into your computer and set it up from there. So I'm going to hook this into my computer, and we're going to go through this whole process right now of how to set this up. So you guys are going to have to also forgive if you cannot see the actual screen of the Ledger Nano, because I do understand that my quality of my camera is a little lower since I'm not using my normal camera. But essentially when you turn it on, you're going to see this. It's going to be the main home screen. And actually also in the bottom of your Ledger Nano S, this is where the guy got scammed that I was talking about earlier. So in the bottom of here, you're going to open up this nice little welcome envelope, and it's going to tell you how to do everything. And there's going to be, I'm going to try like not to rip it up, and I already ripped it. There's going to be a little booklet in here, and it's going to be a little card, and the card is going to be blank. You're going to want to make sure this is blank. You don't want to have anything on here. If there is already something written on here, you're going to want to possibly just set it aside. You don't want to activate that wallet, but you might want to activate that wallet later on and look at that wallet and see what's on it. You're going to want to make sure you do not put anything on that wallet. There could be potentially a phishing situation or a scam situation going on if it was filled out and you were to go onto it. But you could also maybe go onto it and check to make sure if there were any cryptocurrencies on it. So if someone was trying to scam you or something like that, maybe they already had like a quarter of a Bitcoin or something on there, and you could take that Bitcoin and take it from the scammer, and you could come out on top there. So, you know, don't make sure if it is filled out or something like that, you know, first off, I would just probably rip it up or something like that. But if you do understand what you're doing and you want to take the chance, maybe upload it, just take a look at the wallet or something like that and see what it is. Definitely it's a scammer if this is filled out, and you will lose your money if you put that code in there and put your money on it. But essentially when you when you go through here, it's going to give you passcodes, and you're going to put them in here in order. It's going to give you 24 words. You're going to fill it out, and at the end of it, it's going to ask you randomly, like, what was word 5, what was word 18, what was word 22, and you're going to have to click on which word it was and fill it out. And that'll help to verify that you did fill out your words. Other than that, it's going to show you how to configure your device in here, and there's just a little did you notice there is an anti-tampering sticker on this box. But essentially this product is self-proclaimed to be tamper-proof. So even if somebody were to put any sort of device or any sort of malware or anything on here, The company claims that it will not have any problem defending your cryptocurrency, and they will not be able to attain your cryptocurrencies because they will not be able to get into your passcodes and stuff like that. So we're going to go into this now, and I don't think there's anything on the computer now, so we still got the regular computer background going on. And we're going to look through here. Now it says press both buttons to begin. So to begin, we're going to press both of our top buttons. And it says, with Ledger Nano S, I missed the first part, but to interact and control, you use your left and right buttons to change the values and navigate through multiple choice lists. So push both buttons when you wish to continue or confirm, and then you use these buttons to kind of navigate up and down. So we're going to click on, it's going to give you the option to configure new device, yes or no. So we're going to click on the check mark. Please choose a PIN code. So you're going to click on, when it asks you to click a PIN code, you're going to click both buttons at the same time. And then it gives you the option to choose a PIN code. I think at a minimum it needs to be 4 digits long. And at a maximum, I think it's very small dashes, but I think it goes up to 8. So we're going to put in a code. So we're going to use 0, 0, 0, 1. Because I don't think anybody's ever going to get that. And then it's going to ask you to please confirm your PIN code. And you're going to click both buttons again to access the next page. Now, the first time I got my Ledger Nano S, I didn't go online and look at a video of how to set it up. And I went through all of this stuff of getting the passcode words and all that stuff, and I think at the end I was confused on clicking both buttons at the same time to continue or something like that, and I was just lost, and I was hitting the buttons, nothing was loading, nothing was happening. It asked me, it said you were good, like did you figure out your words, and then I unplugged it, and when I plugged it back in, it made me reconfigure the whole wallet. So if you do end up for any reason unplugging this during the process of setting it up, it is going to make you go through and set it all up again, and it's going to give you a completely different wallet than it did the first time. It's not going to give you the same phrase on your pass card. So if you already filled out your pass card and you do what I did, where you don't completely fill it out and you get to the end and you have possibly just one more step you have to do, and you unplug it or think you're done or something like that, and you're not, you're going to have to go back through and reset up your whole wallet. So you want to make sure you stick through to the end of it. So we go back through, it's going to ask you to reconfirm your PIN. We put it in, we confirm it. It's going to say step 3 is write down your recovery phrase. Click both buttons. So it's going to tell us, I'm going to go through here and I'm going to tell you guys, okay, first word is artist. Now I'm also going to make a note that I'm just doing this on a piece of paper, and I'm not going to use this wallet because I have no reason to use this wallet if I'm putting it up on YouTube, because somebody can just come out and take these words and, you know, recover this wallet and take any money out of it they want. So just a little heads up, if you guys do want to take this wallet for any reason, I'm not going to use it. This is only just for tutorial purposes. So our word 1 is artist. So you want to write your words down here, and then you want to click on your button to go to the next word. Now, once you do go to your next word, you are able to go back to your previous word by using your buttons on the top to navigate. I don't know how well you can see. So you can use your word buttons on the top to navigate multiple words. And we will go through here and we will write these down. So word 2 is differ. Word 3 is marry. Word 4, wit. Now, I've got no reason to really say these out loud, but, you know, since I am making the video. And afterward, it's going to ask you to reconfirm random words, as I did say, out of here, to verify that you did write all of these down, because you do not want to get to the situation where you possibly went through all this and you just click through here just to get through it, and you know, you get to the point where you just decide, hey, maybe I do want to put my coins on here, and you find out, oh, I just clicked through there real fast just to see what it was like, and I didn't really write down anything. And there's no way to write down your passphrase once you do get into your wallet. So once you create this passphrase, it is not going to be able to be viewed again. So if you do run into a problem writing this passphrase down, you're going to want to make sure that you hopefully don't have any coins on it. And if you do have some coins on it, I'm not really sure what steps you could take. Potentially, you can contact the company. I mean, I am not 100% sure that you cannot recover your passphrase, but I have not seen any way to recover your passphrase. Possibly there might be something in the settings, but I have not seen any way to recover it at the moment. But I have not really needed to recover my passphrase. But, on the safe end, I would just, make sure you write your passphrase down. And what I do is I actually take some clear tape and I'll tape it around my passphrase card, and it kind of like makes it into a laminate. So even if something were to happen, like you were to spill something on it, or you were to lose it for an extended period of time, the paper wouldn't become kind of weathered and aged and potentially rip or get damaged if you spilled something on it. So we went through here, we wrote all our words down. You get to the end and it's not going to give you the option to go to the next word. You're going to have to click both buttons at the same time to go to the next phrase, to the next phase. And it's going to say confirm your recovery phrase, step 4. Now we're going to click both buttons again. And it's going to say select word 9. So word 9, it's going to give you the option to go left or right, and you're going to go until you get to word 9. So word 9 is health, and I'm going to scroll through here until I get to the word health. Now it's going to give you every word that pretty much is in your passphrase. You're going to go through here until you get to the word that it matches up with. It's going to give you another word, word 16. Word 16 was already the word that came up initially. And okay, word 9. Apparently, word 16. Okay, word 2. Word 16 apparently wasn't the one that matched up with it, but okay, never mind. It wasn't 16 that I looked at. Okay, and then you confirm your 2 words that it asks you, and it will say your device is now ready, and then all you do is click your 2 buttons again. And from here, it's going to give you the option to go to a Bitcoin wallet, your settings, or your FIDO U2F, or your Ethereum wallet. So if you were to go and click on your Ethereum wallet and open it, nothing's essentially going to happen. But what you have to do is you're going to want to go onto the ledgerwallet.com page. And from here, you're going to want to, okay, sorry if that made a noise. You're going to want to scroll through here, and it's going to give you the option to download their apps. If you go to the top of the page and go to the apps, I'm not sure. Okay, and it also does say at the top of the page, never use a Ledger Nano S that has already been initialized. So I'm assuming that's probably only there because of the situation that has come up recently where that person did start their new Ledger wallet. That was, as I talked about, if it already has the passcode filled in, you don't want to use the Ledger wallet in any way. And if it does not ask you to fill out a new wallet passcode, you do not want to use that Ledger wallet. You do not want to use it if you turn it on and it instantly takes you to the Bitcoin and Ethereum wallet page. Now, those are just the 2 that are preloaded onto it. And to use those, you're going to download the apps that correlate with them, and these apps are going to be opened on, I have a MacBook, so these apps actually download and open onto my app or my MacBook. So you can get the Ethereum application, and essentially what's going to happen is you can open this up, or if you have any websites or exchanges or anything like that that can associate with a Ledger wallet, we're just going to get a regular Ether Delta here, and you should be able to go up to here as long as your Ledger Nano S is unlocked, and you should be able to import or use a Ledger Nano S here. All it's going to do is tell you to unlock it or whatnot. Now, I probably don't have it fully set up or whatever right, because I think you have to download the app and everything like that through here. But essentially, when I go into my Ether wallet, I can just open up my Ledger wallet. After you put in your PIN and plug it into your computer, all you're going to do if you want to open up your Ethereum wallet, so I'll show you guys an example. Well, we opened up our Ethereum wallet. It's going to give you this. It's going to say use wallet to view accounts. And you're going to go into here. You're going to go into your settings, and you can go into your browser support setting. You're going to want to click on that, and you're going to want to change that to yes. And then you're going to want to go to your contract data, and you're going to also want to click that to yes. And then you're going to want to go to back. And then you're going to want to reopen up your Ethereum. Actually, I think that might have been the reason this wasn't opening on here. Essentially, that's going to let you use outside sources with your Ethereum wallet. So you'll be able to connect to things like My Ether wallet and Ether Delta and places that let you access your Ledger Nano through their platforms. So if we go to My Ether wallet, and we'll just leave this right here. Nothing's going to change on here. Nothing should pop up. All you're going to go is to send Ether and tokens. You're going to go down to your Ledger wallet, connect to Ledger wallet, and it's going to give you all the options of Ledger wallets that you have here. It'll also give you different paths up here of how you want to see other things. I don't understand how this is really done. So I don't really change any of this. I don't touch this. The only thing I mess with down here is whatever wallet you want to get into. So you have multiple wallets on your Ledger. You can access more wallets and even more wallets. And you can put potentially just one Ethereum on this wallet. You can use one of these wallets if you want to use them for Omisi Go tokens or just random ERC20 related tokens. You could keep a different token on each different wallet, or you could keep all your tokens on one wallet. It really doesn't matter. But a good thing about having multiple wallets is the point where it just becomes more spread out and less traceable if you were to ever have one of your wallets phished or something like that. If you were to get into this, it helps definitely having the Ledger Nano S, because it really cuts back on any phishing or any just hacking that could take place. Because if you get onto the Ether wallet site and it is not the real site, and you log in, you go into your Ledger wallet and you're looking at it, they're not able to steal your funds, because it has to go through your Ledger wallet and you have to actually confirm a transaction before it sends. And as soon as you close out of the My Ethereum wallet site or My Ether wallet, even if it is the scam site, they have no information to get into your Ledger wallet, because they don't have your PIN that you put into it, because it was already entered before you got in, and they don't have any of your confirmation to send it. So your Ledger has to initially be plugged into your computer to send the Ether. So after you unplug it, or after you plug it back in even another time or something like that, and maybe you're using it on a different website or a different program or something, or it's just plugged in and you're sitting kind of how I am right now, they're still not able to access it and send things, because there's no way that you're confirming the transaction. So if they were to get into it and try to send something, even if they were to try to send something somehow magically through your computer, it would pop up on the screen to confirm the transaction. And if you don't confirm the transaction, it's not going to send. So that's always a good thing about the Ledger Nano S, or any hardware wallet in general. There are a few other products from Ledger. There is the Ledger Nano, which is just a smaller stick. It doesn't fold and have the screen on it. Or it actually might fold, but it just doesn't have the screen and all that, more or less. And there is the Ledger Blue, which is a touchscreen hardware wallet. And it looks pretty cool. It actually might be one of the next products I get. I'm debating, because I probably am going to wait until like a more sophisticated touchscreen hardware wallet comes out on to the markets, potentially maybe even from a different company. As cryptocurrencies and all these things start to change, you're going to have a lot more companies start to step up into the scene. You're going to probably have more prominent companies, and companies that understand technology to the fullest extent, and they're going to be creating these things, and they're going to be very, very safe, and they're going to be sturdy, they're going to look cool, they're going to be customizable. And I'm just kind of waiting more to spend a lot more money on one of those before I just jump into buying a touchscreen, another hardware wallet, from the same company that I've bought like 5 or 6 wallets from already. And the touchscreen wallet, I think, is like 220 pounds or something like that, or euros, I'm not really sure, but I think it's like 220 euros, but it's a decent amount. So if I really want to spend like that much money, probably gonna wait a little bit, especially when all my coins are completely locked and safe on here, and they're gonna be safe for a long time. So That's pretty much all I've got for you guys. If you do not want to access Ethereum and you want to add possibly something else to this, so here's your Ledger manager. So say you want to put Ripple on here and you're like, hey, there's no Ripple app on here. You can go onto here and you can actually download the whole. I already have this downloaded, but you can actually download the Ledger Manager, and when you open this up, it's going to give you the option to download different wallets. Okay, I already have this downloaded, but we're going to look at it anyway. I'm going to open it up. I'll show you guys firsthand. Oh man, I hate when it does this. It always wants you to reconnect it. 0 0 0 1, and then it will open this up and it'll show you the applications you already have on here, and it will also give you the option to put different applications on or remove the applications you already have. So say you aren't a fan of Bitcoin or Ethereum, or you don't have Bitcoin or Ethereum. I always like to have Ethereum because 95% of the tokens out there are ERC20 tokens because they're so easy to create. So even if you don't think a token is an ERC20 token, it's potentially an ERC20 token. It's probably an ERC20 token. So I always like to keep an Ethereum wallet on here. But you have Litecoin, Stratus, Zcash, Ripple, POSW, ARC, UBIQ, Expanse, PIVX, StealthCoin, Vertcoin, Viacoin, Neo. There's just more and more things getting added, and they're adding more and more things as time goes on and cryptocurrencies expand. As you saw on this page back here, and the reason why I can't get these any sooner is because they're sold out until almost April, which is crazy. I haven't had this problem since the beginning of last year, actually, when I was trying to buy my first couple of these. They were sold out. I think they were on back order for about 3 or 4 months, kind of how they are now. And I got my first two, and then I actually ordered another one after that, and I sold my other one after that for the price that I bought all three of them for. So people were willing to pay like 3 to 4 times the price for one of these than what they were actually worth, just because they are so safe and there was such a high demand for it. And I'm sure we're going to see that again, because people don't want to wait for 2 or 3 months for their wallet to get here if they know possibly their friend got hacked, or their Bittrex exchange account got hacked, or they're having trouble getting it from one wallet to another. They just want to put them somewhere safe where they know it's going to be safe for a long time and they don't have to deal with it. So a lot of people are willing to spend a little bit extra. So if you do have one of these, or you do have the option to get your hands on one of these, I would say get one now or as soon as you can, especially if you are looking to invest heavily into cryptocurrencies, because you put in $10,000, $20,000 today, or even if you put in $100 or $200 today, it could be $10,000 or $20,000 tomorrow. Or if you put in $10,000 or $20,000 today, it could be $100,000 or $200,000 tomorrow. So you want to understand that these are very, very expensive assets you're holding, and you want to hold these on very trustworthy things. And a hardware wallet is definitely something trustworthy, as well as any wallet that you have the access to its private keys and you can recover it whenever you want. Gonna have to forgive my son for going wild there. But for the most part, I don't know why I keep holding this up next to me. You guys probably can't even see it from the camera angle, but that's pretty much this episode. I hope you guys have been enjoying a lot lately through the whole cryptocurrency space. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm just gonna look in between them. I hope you guys have not been selling your cryptocurrencies in this dip and in this stagnant market that we have been having, because there are some very major things about to come up. You can really tell because the news isn't shifting the markets as big as it once was, which means there's a lot holding these markets back. And, a lot of people think that in February it's going to be a big time for these markets to boom. And I think that as well. I think as more people start to get their tax returns, as more businesses, more or less, they start to venture out into their extra funds that they have at the beginning of the year in the first quarter, because they closed up their last year and they're more free with their money and their capital at the beginning of their next quarter, their next year in general. So I'm looking for businesses, especially as you have businesses like KFC, who I made a video about recently, who was getting into Bitcoin and they were offering a Bitcoin bucket. You have Kodak, who's stepping into cryptocurrencies, Disney, who's already stepped into cryptocurrencies, and they created Dragon Chain, and they kind of broke away from there. But you have more of these bigger companies that are known by the public and by major people and investors in Wall Street and major institutions. And as they start to get into it, these people aren't going to think it's a joke anymore. They're going to start to look at it as, hey, this is kind of serious. So that's why I think this year is going to be a major year of cryptocurrencies. But you're also going to want to not put more in than you're willing to lose. As you saw recently, I'm sure probably at least somebody that's watching this video probably lost at least something in BitConnect, which me and a lot of other people on YouTube were saying, don't buy into BitConnect, it's a scam. But a lot of people were kind of blinded by the opportunity to make decent money. And when you see somebody out on YouTube, flashing around a wallet that has $500,000 in it, and they're saying, I got this by doing this, it's the same situation you have when you get onto Facebook and you see someone flashing around $100 bills and they're saying, yeah, all I'm doing is selling this Motor Club of America whatever membership or something like that, and all you do is have to buy into it, and then you get your friends to buy into it, and they're making money off of you and your friends buying into it. And of course they're going to try to spread the word as much as they can, because everybody that buys into it, they're making money off of. There's always going to be those few people at the top of the pillar, that all the money is going to, and everybody else along the way is getting just a little bit of funds trickled to them. But the people that you see that are living kind of a lavish life off these Ponzi schemes and stuff like that, those are the only people doing it. There's not people in the middle that are making big money. There's not people in the bottom that are making big money. They're the only people making the big money. And if you're not that person that's at the top of the chain already living lavishly, making the big money, you're not going to be them. So you should probably just get off now. That's pretty much my input for any of these lending programs and Ponzi scheme programs out there in the cryptocurrency atmosphere at the moment. I'm going to have a video coming out not recently, but within the next couple days, hopefully, of talking about that and just kind of scams in cryptocurrency and what not to do with your cryptocurrencies, selling cryptocurrencies on a dip. Something else I'm not a very big fan of is buying into programs. I see a lot of people out there that are selling their cryptocurrency. They like to label them as teaching programs and all this kind of stuff, and how to buy into cryptocurrencies and how to make the biggest returns. And they're selling them for $2 and $3 and $4 and $5 and $600. And they're like, even if you're buying it with a cryptocurrency or paying for anything off people, I would advise you not to do that. I would say if you want to spend your money on anything or buy or donate to anybody, you should probably donate that to yourself and invest into just learning more deeply into these cryptocurrencies. You're not going to go online and pay somebody to go look at cars for you and go say, hey, this is the car you should buy it. And you're going to go, yeah, I want that car. You're going to go out and you're going to look for a car that you want. You're going to buy it based on things that you like. And I think that's how, if you're somebody that's getting into cryptocurrencies, that's how you should be. You shouldn't just jump into this space because it's booming, unless you really want to be that person that's paying attention to daily news and stuff like that. And you want to trade on the news and take advantage of the markets of how they fluctuate. But if you're somebody that wants to get into this, hold it for the long term, and you want to make some decent profits, and you don't really want to take the risk of trading around or anything like that, but maybe you've had an interest in the stock market or something like that, but this is like the stock market on steroids. And if you want to get into it like that, you need to research what you want to get into. You need to put a little bit of time into it, and you need to not trust what other people are saying. You need to definitely do your own diligence. As I try to tell everybody all the time, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is ever financial advice. You need to always do your own research. And you never want to put your money into something that you are not 100% confident in. Even if it's $10 or $20, you don't want to put your money into it. And I've had situations where I put my money into things that did not pay off. I've gotten my tokens locked up in KYC situations that I wasn't too fond of, but it seems like I've pretty much gotten out of everything, or anything that I kind of get into. I made enough in the long run, me personally, that I just write it off. But if you're somebody that's just getting into this space, never put too much into something that you're not willing to lose, unless it's like something solid. Like, I would advise, I wouldn't advise it, but I would say like if you were going to invest in maybe Ethereum or Bitcoin, or if you were going to scroll through, the top 25 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap here, if you were going to invest in like any of these, I would say these are pretty safe bets, any of these top 25. But, if you were going to venture out into cryptocurrencies, page 2 and 3 of here and see, hey, what's got the bigger market cap or something that I can buy into, or the little market cap with the little supply and the biggest possibilities, there's going to be a bigger opportunity for you to lose your money in the long run. So that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. I don't want to scroll through this red page. I've been trying not to pay too much attention to these cryptocurrencies lately because they have not been doing too well. But all I can tell you guys to do in a situation like this is to hold, and I will talk to you guys as soon as I can again. Hopefully you guys have been doing well, and hopefully you continue to do well. Enjoy your day, guys.